The story of RMS Olympic, Queen of the Ocean. Chapter 1. A New Age Dawns, 1907-1911. In the early 20th century, a great race stirred the hearts of ocean nations, the race for supremacy at sea. Germany's Hamburg-America line had launched the magnificent Kaiser Wilhelm der Große. France would soon unveil the France. But Britain, ever proud of its maritime dominance, would not be outdone. In response, the White Star Line, under the direction of Chairman J. Bruce Ismay and with the genius of shipbuilder Thomas Andrews, laid plans for three vast, luxurious ocean liners, Olympic, Titanic, and Britannic, ships that would marry elegance with size. The first and proudest was the RMS Olympic. Chapter 2. The Launch of a Giant, 1910-1911. On October 20th, 1910, Olympic slid into the waters of the Harland and Wolff shipyards in Belfast. She was the largest ship in the world, over 882 feet long, with a gross tonnage of 45,000 tons, a behemoth of gleaming steel and steam. With interiors modeled after Edwardian country estates and palatial drawing rooms, Olympic was no mere ship. She was a floating palace. From her grand staircase to her first-class smoking lounge, she was the very image of refinement. She took her maiden voyage on June 14, 1911, from Southampton to New York. The press hailed her as a triumph of British engineering, and passengers were spellbound by her stability and comfort. Chapter 3. Early Troubles and a Sister's Tragedy, 1911-1912. Olympic's early service was not without trouble. Just months after launch, she collided with HMS Hawke, a Royal Navy cruiser, causing significant damage. Though she limped back to port and was repaired, some questioned her design. Then, on April 15, 1912, tragedy struck. Her sister ship, RMS Titanic, struck an iceberg and sank, claiming over 1,500 lives. The world was shocked. The Olympic, still in service, suddenly seemed a symbol of hubris. Passengers canceled bookings, crews resigned. But Olympic was quickly retrofitted with extra lifeboats, watertight bulkhead enhancements, and new safety features. She became a symbol of learning from disaster. Chapter 4. Warrior of the Waves, 1914-1919. When World War I engulfed Europe, Olympic was pressed into military service. She was painted in dazzle camouflage, turned into a troop transport ship, and stripped of her luxury fittings. Nicknamed Old Reliable, Olympic carried over 200,000 soldiers during the war and survived multiple U-boat threats, including torpedoes and mines. Her most legendary moment came in 1918, when she rammed and sank the German U-boat U-103, the only merchant ship to do so during the war. The Titanic's sister had become a wartime hero. Chapter 5. Return to Grace, 1919-1935. After the war, Olympic was refitted and returned to civilian service. But the world had changed. She reigned as a transatlantic queen throughout the 1920s, beloved by the public and still elegant, though now aging compared to newer ships like Cunard's RMS Mauretania and later RMS Queen Mary. She carried celebrities, politicians, and immigrants, including Charlie Chaplin, Prince Edward, and even Albert Einstein. Yet the 1930s were cruel to aging queens. The Great Depression hit shipping hard. In 1934, Cunard and White Star merged, and the newly formed Cunard-White Star Line focused on newer ships. Olympic was decommissioned in 1935, ending 24 years of remarkable service. She was scrapped the following year, her wood paneling and fittings auctioned off. Today, fragments of Olympic live on in hotels, restaurants, and museums. One such artifact is her first-class dining room, now preserved in the White Swan Hotel in Alnwick, England. Epilogue. A legacy in the shadows. Though Titanic stole the world's imagination with her tragic end, Olympic earned her place in history through endurance, service, and dignity. She was the only Olympic-class ship to serve a full civilian and military career, a symbol of resilience in both peace and war, a living museum of early 20th century ocean travel. In a way, Olympic carried not just passengers, but the soul of an age, sailing with grace through the triumphs and sorrows of a world in transformation.